Ruben Amorim is gone, Darren Fletcher is here, but still, Manchester United cannot win again. Not even against a relegation setting Burnley Football Club. I mean, it's such a sad one. But then, let's talk about the match yesterday. Darren Fletcher's first game as interim, probably the only game we don't know if, whoever is coming in will come in before their FA Cup game later this weekend. But then, let's talk about Darren Fletcher, and his first game against Burnley. First, his tactics. How would you rate his tactical approach to that game? He used the back four, but some will say that he stole a bit of Amorim's idea, because I believe using Patrick Dogu as a forward player is Amorim's idea. Maybe he uses him in a different position. But then using Patrick Dogu as an attacking player, we have to confess is Amorim's idea. But he switched it up. The back four, the two DMs. Bruno finally as a number 10. How much?
I think we saw the difference.
I enjoyed watching Bruno finally playing
as a number 10.
Again.
Yeah.
But most importantly, Dogu, almost making me feel like we don't need a winger again. Let's just convert this guy to a left winger. Let's forget that. Let's all go. Let's just share grace and go. And then Benjamin Sesko. I mean, for the first time since he got to Manchester United, he had 8 shots on goal.
Targets. Yeah. Well, for Darren Fletcher, I think one thing was obvious when he was appointed as the interim was that he was going to change. There was going to be a change in formation. So he was going to move from a back 3 to a back 4, and that was evident in the match against Burnley. And for Darren Fletcher, I think he looked due to the fact that our players, United players, were not really available. He had to go with what he had. I think he had like 6 defensive-minded players on the pitch, and the rest were.
Even though Dogu did not play as a defender, that was 10.
Yeah, so
defensive-minded.
So that was like that shows that okay, United were kind of missing some players, and they had to go with what they had. And playing Dogu, like I said, was Amorim's idea. But then Amorim was always playing him on the right, but this time he played him on the left, a little bit where he's more comfortable.
So he doesn't have to cut in. Those crosses were just coming in off his left.
Yeah. So, and let's not forget, Dogu is more attacking minded than defensive. So he used him in a place. Okay, yeah. If you're attacking minded, go play the left wing. Since we don't really have wingers, go play that left wing for us. And I think we showed with him getting the assist for Sesko, and also him almost scoring himself. Though Dogu was a little bit slow in responding to some attacks due to the fact
that dink that was cleared off the line. I mean, that doesn't look like a defender's finish. That looks like a forward finish.
Yeah,
should we be thinking of Dogu in the space of Gareth Bale, formerly left back.
They moved can play.
Can metamorphose into left winger.
It all depends. It all depends on the coaches and what they see in training.
Today, did Manchester United play better? I mean, we know that the result was not there, but then I feel like I enjoyed Manchester United better last night. I mean, the attacking football, the rampaging. Yes, they considered at the back. Most of the goals, I wouldn't even say it's anyone's fault. The deflection and then that shot.
Yeah.
Once he cut back to his left foot, there was nothing even the goalkeeper could do about it. For Manchester United going forward, and most importantly, what has been missing, which is creating chances for the striker. Sesko in the past usually looks so lonely and so frustrated up front. It feels like somehow balls are not just getting into it. But yesterday, he could not get enough.
All right, I believe that performance was a new coach energy. Sacking a coach, probably the players don't want the former coach to be sacked, and the management did according to what they want. So they bringing a new coach. Everybody wants to sit tight. A new system is coming, and moreover, we all know most of the players have issues with when I'm only playing them out of their positions and things like that. So you can imagine Manchester United bench yesterday. All of the players that we were told that were injured, they were all available yesterday.
Meno was back.
Mount was back. Maguire was back.
Bruno even started. Bruno that could not make it to the match against Leeds.
So what are we saying? But still, even on their best day, they still play through. So the problem is still there. Let's be honest. Because even against the Burnley, because having a new coach and having the squad quality of Manchester United.
No, the squad quality.
No, even the current quality that was still there. Bruno Fernandes was in the game already now. Bruno himself.
He had an assist yesterday.
So and let's not forget the price tag of Benjamin Sesko. Matthew Skua was still there. Even though how many players were missing in your forward line? Let's say Mbeumo, Ahmad.
I mean, even when some of those players get back, it feels like there will be more competition for places right now.
Yeah.
Because Mbeumo and Ahmad both want to play on the right wing.
And when you talk about competition for spaces, maybe one good thing came out of that game yesterday, and that's the young man named Lacey. Woo! I mean, I saw that guy, and immediately I saw Saka.
Yeah.
Cutting onto your left and releasing a powerful left power drive.
I mean, he almost had a goal.
He released two, and those two looked very close. I mean, one of them rattled the crossbar.
Yeah.
The second was quite inches away from, hitting the back of the net. He sure looks like a player who is ready for the first team.
Yeah, if you look at them, one thing that they've been criticizing Ruben Amorim for was the fact that he never attended youth games for United. He never attended the academy games.
Never attempted to watch
the academy games. So I think that's one thing they've been criticizing him for. And if you look at, you have these players in the academy, okay, try integrate them into the team. If you're integrating them into the team, you kind of see what these players can actually do as well. Which at some point he did it to an extent, but since the fact that he was using a different formation, contrary to the one that they knew while in the academy, so it kind of made it difficult for them to actually thrive in his own formation. So yesterday, going back to the formation that they're kind of used to in the academy, it kind of gave Shalesi a little bit of opportunity to actually show what he's capable of, and he's very highly rated, he's highly recommended from the academy.
This offends me a lot because there was a game, I think the game against was it West Ham? No. There was a game where Manchester United, the game where he took off Zexi at halftime.
At time, I think Wolves.
Yeah, Wolves.
Yeah.
He needed a right winger, and he brought in one of Fletcher's son, who was a
defensive midfielder,
to go and play right wing. And this young man, Lacey was on the bench. But then you can't fire a man twice. He's gone. But then let's talk about Brighton. Maybe, just maybe, he switches it off against Brighton, starts Kola on the left, starts Shalesi on the right. Let's double, either play left back or stay on the bench. We need to see this young man start again.
Yeah, I think since it's the FA Cup, and this is the last team for United to actually win a trophy.
Yeah.
So I think
I've also heard that JJ Gabriel too is going to be involved.
So I think he might not want to use he might not want to rest a whole lot of players. So I think he might want to use more first team players. And let's not forget, most of them are coming back from injury.
So that Grimsby will not repeat.
Yeah, and most of them are coming back from injury. So they need playing time too as well.
The man, you need a win.
Yeah.
Like they
definitely need it.
So the next game after that will be Manchester City.
And also, let's not forget that this guy you're talking about, the role is playing. We have Mbeumo and Musola Fama, that they will still be competing for that same role.
Because now that is no longer back.
And the other of
now that is no longer back. The match cannot play with back.
And the other of both having injury at the same time is very high.
So this opportunity has to come now that both Ahmad and Mbeumo are still at the African competitions.
Yeah, definitely.
Interesting game. How would you rate that performance? Over 10.
Okay, the guys' performance.
No.
Manchester United performance
yesterday over 10. I mean, regardless of the result, how would you rate the performance?
Okay, based on what you've been playing, if I want to rate the performance generally, I would just say let me give them 50. But based on what Man has been playing, building up to this match, I'll give them a 70.
I'll give them a 5/10, sha.
Okay, that's 50. If you put it in today's world, well, that means averagely Manchester United did well. Well, all the best to them. We'll see what they do in the FA Cup, because the next Premier League game for Manchester United, of course, is the Manchester Derby. Would it be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in charge? Would it be Michael Carrick? Or would this still be
game for Man?
Or would this Ole usually beats Guardiola? But we'll talk about when we get to that bridge. We'll cross it. But quickly, let's talk about Chelsea. Àwọn èèyàn McFarlane àbí àwọn èèyàn Morozo náà. Let's talk about Chelsea. I mean, I'm sure Maresca will be smiling. If I were Maresca, I would laugh.
It's obvious Chelsea didn't really play the game well by sacking Maresca. It's quite obvious. Not even at this time in January. So, but you can't eat your cake and still have it. So, well, but at the same time, what happened with Chelsea yesterday has been happening since Maresca days. In discipline all around. No, most of the time, people I do relate with when it comes to football matters, I used to tell them that Chelsea fan that the day Cucurella and Caicedo will cost you 3 points, and they've cost 10 points this season now. Caicedo did his own against Arsenal. It was a winnable game for Chelsea without, because Arsenal were playing without Gabriel and Saliba. Cucurella did his own yesterday. It was even with that goal, even after the 10 against Chelsea were still playing. So it means I think Chelsea were 11-11. Even with that goal, Chelsea would have can still win that game. That's a silly red card. That's a silly red card. Being the last man, someone that is trying to score a goal and we're pulling him.
We thought that the era of indiscipline was over. I mean, there was that time where Chelsea got a red card practically every game, including the head coach. The head coach said no carry-backs. But we thought that era was over. I mean, what has gone wrong with this Chelsea team? And especially when it comes to that performance, what was McFarlane trying to do? During the weekend, he played Jorgensen. Jorgensen did really well against Manchester City. And yesterday, he decided to switch it back to Robert Sanchez, Rosinho in the stands watching, It just felt like, I don't know, an agitated Chelsea.
Well, I think he said something about Chelsea making a mistake sacking Maresca. But then if you look at it, I mean, result on the pitch are not going very well. You have a manager who is going to the press to ask ask questions of these bosses, of the people in charge of the club. That one sits well with any employer actually, because you can't have an employee who should be able to come to you.
I mean, that's practically the same thing Ruben Amorim.
He should be able to come to you to talk to you, but instead he's going to the press. I mean, no employee would want that, so actually give them a whole lot to talk about. And right now the press have been this, so he has been giving the press something to talk about, and no employee would like that. So that was mostly why he got sacked. And then result on the pitch of play was actually improving as well. Yeah, you can say he won the Conference League, he won the Club World Cup for them, but then if result on the pitch are not improving, and this team that won the Conference League, that won the Club World Cup, should still also be able to challenge for the title, because at some point they were in the race for the title with Arsenal and Manchester City. So how come they fell off?
Let's talk about their new head coach, because we know that, of course, this is McFarlane's last game. Rosinho was in the stands. We saw his body language. There's even a video trending of him laughing at Pedro Neto, but I didn't see anything that looked like that for them. But then let's come to Rosinho. His appointment is probably the most underwhelming performance or underwhelming appointment. I mean, Chelsea announced the manager and there's no excitement, there's no expectation. People are not looking forward to, oh wow, what would he bring? Wow, Premier League is in trouble. Wow, he's going to make them a title. It's just coming and it just feels like
it's not matter.
It just comes. But most importantly, once again, Chelsea have gone with an unproven
manager,
lack of Premier League experience manager, and they have given him 6.5-year deal. Like, normally when you are, it's a risk. Going for going for Rosinho, no matter how well he has done at Strasbourg in France. Strasbourg is no Chelsea,
yeah, definitely.
And French Ligue 1 is no Premier League. So it's still a risk. If it's not the big boys, if it's not the guys that we know that they can hold their own in any space, in any country, it's still a risk. So it's a risk going for Rosinho. I would have thought that maybe a 2-year deal,
But if you look,
but then 6.5 years, this guy has a deal with Chelsea until 2032. 6.5-year deal for Rosinho.
If you look at it, if Arsenal can give Mikel Arteta,
but they didn't give him all at once now.
Yeah, we know. But if they can give him up to 7 years,
the 7 years he has spent was not the 7. He didn't sign 7 years at the point of entry. Signed 3. They were, as matter they go, they improve up. So, but you go and
Ferguson used over 20 years in your team.
You go.
But we know what Ferguson did.
The Fergie did not. You don't understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get the point.
I'm not saying
regarding
the problem is not having it in mind to have him for 7 years.
Yes, but the first contract.
That the first contract is a 6.5-year contract.
That shows the amount of trust they have.
Are you sure it's not misplaced trust?
No, it's not even about the trust. I'm saying, what I'm saying about Chelsea management recently is that the type of project they are building is a business model project. Buy a player.
But football is also a business. Football is business oriented nowadays.
You can't compare the type of the way Chelsea current management are managing the team with the way Abramovich was managing it. Abramovich does not care about 6-7 years. He wants you to sign now and give them.
But you can see that's why Chelsea don't really have Premier League trophies to show for it. They should have won more than. They should have won more Premier League trophies than they have right now.
See, bro, this current Chelsea model is like a Borussia Dortmund, Benfica, all the sellers team. It's just like that their model. Buy a player at young tender age, give the player a long contract, try and use him to form, so that by the time he use 3-4 years,
make it become a big
and selling.
But since they have started this their model, who have they groomed to sell big? Because so far they have been selling nonsense.
That's the question I want to ask.
The likes of Nkuku, we can't really bring Nkuku into the project because how old was Nkuku when he signed for Chelsea?
If you look at what you are seeing right now, there's a Palmer there, there's Enzo, there's Caicedo, there's these players, they are big players in Chelsea right now.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. And them giving, and I think if you want to do this kind of project, you need a puppet as a coach, a dummy coach. So I think this is part of the issue.
Rosona is the perfect dummy coach.
I don't know, because if it's not a dummy coach, they won't give him 6 years.
No,
you can't say
Rosona is a dummy
is not
coach.
Really going with their own way.
But the result on the pitch for Maresca was not improving. After the Barcelona game, tell me which match Chelsea won convincingly.
Now,
so for Maresca,
give Maresca any ultimatum that you have to win these 2 or 3 games. If you don't win this game, we'll sack you. Was there any news
it's not about ultimatum.
But I think we all know that Maresca getting sacked, just like Amorim, was not really so much about results other than falling out.
Yes.
A serious falling out behind the scene. But finally, talking about Rosena, let's talk about his style of play. From what we know, that we can call Duenica. Rosena plays a 3-4-3. At least he was playing a 3-4-3 from Strasbourg. Will he go the Amorim way? Or do you see him as a man who can evolve, who can say, I played 3-4-3 at Strasbourg, it worked, but in the Premier League, maybe I should play for man.
One of the reasons why they hired Roseno was because they believe he fits into their project.
Manchester United also believed that Amorim fit.
No, they knew for Amorim, United knew, okay, he's coming in with his own formation. They gave him the leeway.
But doesn't Chelsea know that he plays? The Chelsea
Chelsea's only for us Chelsea fans, it's actually different.
They know that he was succeeding.
But one way or the other, I believe he should be able to maneuver, just like Xabi Alonso did, playing 3-4-3 at Leverkusen
and playing a 4-3-3
at Real Madrid. But at the same time, if we critically look at it,
but could 3-4-3 work at Chelsea?
Yes, that's what I'm going to say now. Yeah. If you critically look at it, Chelsea still have the resources to play 3-4-3 formation. They do. Reece James is there.
Right wing back.
Play right CB, right wing back. Even at the mid, Reece James can play those.
Kukurela
is there. Back. Left wing back. He can even play left CB too at the same time. They have Jorelato for left CB.
So where will you now put Kopama?
Kopama
can be among the 4 now.
Let's quickly do this thing. This is what I think. I think Reece James as right wing back. I think he has enough attacking prowess to.
When it comes to the wing back, I'm seeing Malo Gusto than Reece James because of the energy that's required to play wing back.
Okay, let's just say either Reece James or Malo Gusto, because both of them have enough attacking prowess to play wing back. Yes. Left wing back Kukurela, or you can decide to convert a winger, maybe Garnacho, maybe Gittins, to left wing back. At the back three, we could see
Jorelato is there.
We could see Fofana, we could see Tosin, we could see Chaloba. You could pick 3 of those guys as the back three. The midfield, I think Enzo Caicedo will do a good job. And when Lavia comes back, perfect. Dipa, Caicedo, Lavia. And up front, you could do Parma,
and one striker, and Pedro.
Parma, Estavio, Pedro, or it's looking like Lam is doing better now than Pedro. It could be Parma, Estavio, or it could even be Parma, Pedro Neto,
Yes.
this thing, and he uses maybe Cucurella as wing back.
But let's not forget, Palmer really doesn't
Chelsea
like
team
playing on
looks
the
like
wing.
a team that can set up the 3-4-3.
Most of
In a 3-4-3, the wing backs are the most
Yes,
important.
and Chelsea has it.
One of the reasons why the 3-4-3 failed at Manchester United was because Manchester United did not possess a player that was perfectly suited for a wing back.
Definitely.
Dalot couldn't do it. Dogu couldn't do it. Ahmad was good attacking wise. It was not.
And
was
those
not
two
good.
pivots too
Defensively.
are very important.
I remember when Chelsea, the last time Chelsea played this formation, they had
Victor
a
Moses.
Victor Moses who
Yes,
was perfectly
yes,
suited
yes.
for a
And-
right
and
wing back
Alonso,
position.
Marcos
And they
Alonso.
had Marcos Alonso who was also who can call who can call the old model of
Yes.
what Cucurella is right
Yes,
now.
yes.
A left back who is better attacking
Yes.
than defensive.
Defensive,
So
yeah.
it looks like Chelsea can play 3-4-3.
Oh, well, it Chelsea can actually play 3-4-3.
But just
But then-
the integration will be
But then
difficult.
those are the board, the owners. They want Chelsea to be playing the 3-4-3. They one of the reasons why they got rid of Maresca was because of him going against them and result not really going in their favor. But then they want someone that can actually come in and actually play the Chelsea way. So and that's the 4-3-3 you all know Chelsea to be playing, or the 4-2-3-1 or anyone. So right now, getting in Rosino, he might come in and actually play the 4 at the back for Chelsea.
And let's talk about Manchester City. Should Pep just leave the Premier League? I feel like Pep is tired.
Pep it's obvious. Pep is tired.
And it
Well,
doesn't,
it's
it doesn't even help that injury has, and that's why I don't pity any manager when they say, "Oh, see how much injury we have. That's why we are losing."
Everyone has been having it.
Because there is practically no team this season
Yes.
that haven't had
Yeah,
to deal
injuries,
with injuries.
injuries,
So
yeah.
don't even give me injuries as the reason why you are dropping.
I mean,
points.
I think they have
Arsenal
nine
is one of the
forcing
teams
players.
that have been hit the most with injury. Probably the only player at Arsenal that is yet to get injured this season is David Raya.
Yeah.
I feel like practically everybody.
Maybe it should be Mendy.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that Ryan Zumendi, practically every other player
has been
at
injured.
Arsenal have been injured one time or the other, even the bench player. So
Yes.
you can't, and still they're top of the table. So you can't give me
An excuse.
No, that's
excuse
we
as
have
an
the
excuse.
champions
So,
mentality now. It's
and we are already healing you. Calm down.
Okay.
Calm down with the pride. It's
not easy now.
You don't heal you now already.
It's not easy.
So, but then I feel like it just feels like Pep has lost the plot. It feels like he's tired. Yesterday, in the last couple of games, his best player has been Ryan Cherki, and yesterday just drops
Benched
Ryan
him,
Cherki
yes.
to the bench. Just, they had to recall a player from loan at
Yeah.
Watford in the Championship. He just throws him into the starting 11 yesterday. Just feels a little bit, Nico O'Reilly that has been, really performing well, since the start of the season. Even the Ryan Alotiri that was bought to play that
the
position
left back.
has been on the bench. It just feels like suddenly he dropped Nico O'Reilly yesterday. It just feels like Pep is tired.
I mean, if you've won 4 trophies back to back, what's there to win again? He has won everything, and he has seen how it looks like. I just feels like, well, let me just leave it to the less privileged team. That's Arsenal. So,
But if we critically look at it, aside from this season, Pep is not that good when he's desperate to win. Pep is only good when he's winning naturally. But once he's desperate, he used to mess up at times. Look at this time last season when he wasn't winning games. He bought Kusanov, he played him immediately.
His first game, first start.
So, and things like
And
that.
the ball never recovered from the pressure
Yes,
of that
yes,
game.
till now. So once Pep is desperate, he's prone to mistakes. Let's look at the Champions League final he lost to Chelsea. You have 2 or 3 DMs, benched everyone, put Gundogan as your DM, bench your striker. You will be introducing different systems that he has not even been doing prior to that.
People call it overthinking. I just
So,
call it
yes,
mistake.
once he's
I
desperate
call
like
it
this,
mistake. People say overthinking because it feels like it's strange to say Pep Guardiola made a
yes,
mistake.
yes,
yeah.
But
yes,
it's
yes.
just mistake.
So that's it. And once that thing has said, that's what I'm telling you, that against Manchester United again, Man City will give
well, it's at Old Trafford, sure.
through that 2 point away. Even man you like it or not, they will gain at least.
Is this his squad just not good enough? So
The squad is good. Let's look at it. They've been winning games, but they were giving Arsenal pressure. Now there was a point that we had 2 points in that.
There was a point they were on top of Arsenal at one point.
is Foden good enough? Is Bernardo Silva not past his prime?
Bernardo Silva is past his prime. Foden since last season, He has not.
Foden at some point, Foden got the form.
Because it just feels like this team is not just good enough.
But
Nicolas Gonzalez is not good.
still, he has been trying for them.
All these
Rangers.
They are not David Silva. They are not De Bruyne. They are not Kaigon. I feel like there is a drop.
I think the fact that he's trying to move away from the KDB.
Even the players that they are bringing in is not the Manchester City quality. Tijani Reinders is not the normal quality that Manchester City bring in. It just feels like.
I think he's trying to move away from the KDB, David Silva, Bernardo Silva era, trying to bring in new players, new system. But right now, it's not working for him and at Manchester City right now.
And finally, Semenyo, well, he did his farewell to Bournemouth yesterday by scoring the winning goal against Tottenham Hotspur. He's due to have a medical at Manchester City today. By weekend or by tomorrow, he could be a Manchester City player. Semenyo comes in 62 million. Once again, the solution to Manchester City struggling is to spend. And they have gone ahead and spent, and I feel like they will still spend more in this January transfer window. But then, Semenyo, where does he fit in?
I think one of the things they always call Pep Guardiola is
checkbook manager.
Checkbook manager. I think last season in January he bought Omar Mamouche.
Yeah. He bought
Mamouche.
And
right now,
bought Vitoresh.
Right now, the only player that is smart of all of them right now is Nico Gonzalez. Uzanov is on the bench. Omar Mamouche, he's not even playing at all.
You don't even know his best position for Man City.
So,
he left wing, he first nine.
So right now, I don't know where the Torres is playing out right now.
I think they had to loan him out to one.
And this season, this January, he's bought Anthony Semenyo. I'm just praying Semenyo doesn't flop at it as well. So because honestly,
but why does it fit in? Because Doku is back. Is this Semenyo? He has confirmed now that Savio is injured and could be out for up to 2 months. So is it Doku on the left, Semenyo on the right, Semenyo on the right? If
Semenyo is going to the right,
Doku or Semenyo?
I think it will be Doku and it will be Ancheki.
Can't he play both of them? Maybe Doku on the left, Semenyo on the right.
How about Ancheki?
Cheki will play number 10.
Cheki will play number 10.
What about Foden?
But then we have to bench
Foden go to the bench?
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
Is he playing well?
Semenyo might not really start. He might not start. If things don't improve, that's when you might see Semenyo starting games. Yeah.
Because let's be honest with ourselves. I think in football right now there are players in some teams that can't be benched. Foden at City, Bernardo Silva at City. For now, it has been seen that I think probably it's in their contract, probably verbally or written, they can't be benched right now at City.
Maybe they should let that go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the roundup of games that we saw, the week. And just to say, since Tunde is wearing the Barcelona shirt, Barcelona also walloped. When I saw 4-0 halftime, I said,
Rashford didn't start. Rashford didn't start. He didn't score.
Yeah, Ronnie Badji. 5 goals to nothing. Semi-final of the Copa de España, Super Copa de España. Which means they are now into the final where they await the winner of Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid.
I feel it's going to be Real Madrid.
It's most likely going to be Real Madrid. So maybe another Clasico awaits us later this weekend. But then we wait and see. Thank you so much for listening. Drop a like on the page and of course share. And also let us know what you think about all of these things that we're speaking about.